Welcome back, folks, to the final part of Deep Thoughts Donkey Kong Country 3 playthrough. And we started off, of course, with a little ski driving.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, just roll with the punches, folks. It will all make sense eventually. Or actually right now.
He's drunk, and that's why he's doing that.
It's a weird sound effect that just popped out of nowhere.
Kremtoa.
Yeah, also a weird place that just popped out of nowhere. So yeah, this is Kremtoa, is the lost world of this game, and as you just saw there, in order to unlock it, you just kind of just go around those rocks.
How'd she get here?
Yeah, that's a good question, because that thing was underwater, so either she can breathe underwater, or she's a fast builder.
There's clones of her, not to mention.
Maybe.
Because she's everywhere at once.
Yeah, but she becomes a ghost at some point, so maybe there was some sort of wrinkly Kong genocide.
Yeah.
Maybe she's just a ghost now. And we're just seeing her in her head.
Maybe she's been dead this whole time.
Maybe.
Game theory.
M. Night Shyamalan, directed by him. Alright, so this last world involves you blowing rocks up, thanks to this guy. As you can see, we have only 74 out of the 75, or apparently 75 bear coins, so we can't get all these things blown up just yet. Again, roll with me here. That is because, in order to get this last one, the rock up in the upper right corner, you have to get 25 bear coins. And we will get the remaining 11 of them in these 4 levels. And the first one, Stampede Sprint, is essentially a race version of, it's a race, kind of, sort of. You play as Ellie and you go really fast.
But that's Squawks.
Well, for now though, you got 2 bonus rooms that you got to do right at the beginning of the game, and they're situated right next to each other, so you can't miss them. But I will be honest with you, this Lost World is kind of lazy. Like, and considering this is rare here we're talking about, it's kind of lazy. Like, like I just mentioned, the 2 bonus rooms at the beginning of the level, right next to each other, but there's another level, which is probably my least favorite level in the entire game, that exemplifies just how lazy these guys were with this Last World. And it's unfortunate because, I mean, it's got some good ideas going for it, but they just don't execute it very well. Like, for example, 2 green banana bonus stages.
Yeah.
My least favorite. Why would you do that? It's just again, lazy. Like, what were you guys thinking? I know that you guys had a year to make this game, and I know you guys are probably, like, separated in half or something to work on your Nintendo 64 games, but still, you probably could have put a bit more effort into this final world. I sound like I'm criticizing them for the entire game. I'm not. Like, they did a lot of good stuff with Donkey Kong Country 3. It's just, again, this final world. Yeah. So, we get Ellie here and the little birdie bird thing, which we gotta preserve throughout this entire level. Yeah, and she gets a bit scared from rats, 3 rats specifically, and then she just runs very far.
I see.
Yeah. And those 2 enemies there, the twins, I can't remember what those names are, but they're the toughest enemies in the game because they're essentially invincible, and the only way to defeat them is either with Squidder's web thing or with a TNT barrel. So they're like the big muscular tough guys from the first game.
Yeah.
And the other big muscular tough guys from the second game. You know, the ones that turn red if you hit them.
This reminds me of the Rex level from Toy Story Genesis.
Oh, Toy Story Genesis.
Except it's
Is
not
that any
like...
better than the...
Sorry?
Was that any better than the SNES version? Because I remember the SNES one being pretty crappy.
Oh, the SNES one is awful. I didn't notice this till I booted up an emulator like a year ago. It's awful. I can't believe that the Genesis version is the definitive version.
And how good is that?
It's surprisingly really good, though it's really hard.
Oh, man. Well, that'll be interesting to look into someday, or maybe me, I can just stream it, I don't know.
Oh, I know a lot about that game, so Well,
Yeah.
not the background stuff, but in terms of like the gameplay and all that.
I like the Genesis version.
Yeah, I didn't play the SNES version growing up. I played the Genesis version, and thank Christ for that.
Mega Drive.
Shut up.
It says Genesis on the box.
Anyway, it uses pre-rendered sprites like this game.
And 3D Blast.
Yeah, except they kind of screw it up, I think.
In fact, maybe Traveler's Tales use the same engine as they did in 3D Blast.
Oh,
It depends.
Because Traveler's Tales made Toy Story.
Oh, interesting.
I mean, they probably use the same graphic rendering techniques, but like,
Well, that's what I meant. Sorry.
no worries.
This level right here, Crisscross Cliffs. It is the worst level in the entire game. It involves you bouncing on these steel barrels that get shot up a bunch of times. But like half of the hazards that this level is designed around are just almost completely useless. Like for example, right here, that bee is supposed to be blocking those barrels, but you can just kind of go past it and the barrels just keep coming up. Like, and there, like you can also like jump down, like over the bees, or sorry, the hornets or the buzzers or whatever how you want to call them. You just kind of hang right and you can go completely through them. They're like no harm done. Oh man, it's full of it's kind of glitchy, kind of again lazy. I kind of like the idea, but it's just kind of funny just seeing this and just thinking this is not the Rare I know. Like wow.
I wouldn't say it's lazy, I think they just ran out of ideas.
I wouldn't say that. Like the last 3 levels are much better in comparison to this, but
It's called
still,
the Lost
like,
World for a reason.
Well, maybe they save the good. Maybe they save the good levels for last. Haven't you thought of that?
Yeah, fair enough.
I kind of find it hard to say like a developer is lazy when it goes into when making a game takes a lot out of you.
All right. Well, I wouldn't say. Okay, I guess I wouldn't say lazy. I guess I could say they just seem like they just missed a few things in the final product, and again, that's understandable. But still, it just kind of sticks out to you.
That's why I would just say they ran out of ideas.
I suppose so, but still, it's just weird, if anything. Not awful, not bad. I wouldn't like, to be honest though, this level isn't bad. Oh, well, actually, that thing right there, I had to fall down because the barrels would not come back up because it was being blocked by the bee. But once I got back down there, went to the left and went back up, the barrels just came back. Like, I didn't have to kill the bee or anything, they just came back. So, yeah, this level's kind of messed up.
But you won it.
Yeah, I did win it, but it's honestly, it's not terrible. Like, I don't think I've ever encountered a single level in like any of these games that I could count, like, say awful. Frustrating, mediocre, sure, but not awful. This falls on the frustrating side because this is an entire level revolved around the Tyrant Twins, which, as I said, they're invincible, can only be destroyed by this guy right here and his little webs. But even then, it's still pretty frustrating. These guys are weird too. Like, their design is strange.
Yeah.
Very strange. It's like it looks like they just kind of made a cube and they designed a creature around that. Also, this DK coin here, you have to use the webs in order to bring the steel barrel down to Mr. Thing right there. It's a nice idea, but it's frustrating in play.
All the DK coins look super hard.
Not all of them, but still, I just kind of prefer how it was in the second game. I know you guys like how it's a bit more involving here.
Well, you're wrong.
Okay, yeah, fine, I'm wrong. I think it's just a bit easier just to kind of find the coin itself and not have to figure out a way to defeat the enemy that's holding the coin. I mean, again,
well, you don't have to go out of your way to find the coin in this game, though.
I suppose, but it's just like the extra challenge. It just kind of seems a bit unnecessary. Whereas you can just find the coin and it's there. You don't have to defeat an enemy or anything. You just get it.
Yeah, but then you have to fall down a pit that may or may not be instant death in order to find a coin.
Yeah, but this game does that too. Like as we just saw in the last episode with the 6th episode, part 6 I think, with the what was it? The ropey rumpus or rapey rumpus as Mia wants to call it.
Well, I can say that most of the coins are in plain sight, which is more than I could say for DKC2, where you actually have to go out of your way.
What's this level called?
Tyrant Twin. Hold on, I've got my notes here. Tyrant Twin Tussle.
When are we getting to that level?
This is what the level's called.
No, when are we getting to that level?
Oh, this is the next level. That level is coming up next. It's coming up next.
Okay.
Oh no.
I know. Oh dear. Oh dear.
I wonder if Rare intended to make a King Kong. They probably couldn't because of licensing issues and stuff.
Actually, King Kong is not a... King Kong is technically a public domain character.
Wasn't what was it? No, well, Universal tried to sue Donkey Kong. Yeah, it didn't win.
Yeah, they didn't win the lawsuit.
Wait, they tried to sue Donkey Kong?
Tried to sue Nintendo.
For what?
Because they thought Donkey Kong was too similar to...
This next level... Look at this next level's name.
Oh no.
Swoopy Salvo.
Swoopy Salvo. It's gonna get as close as Mia can to mentioning a specific name without actually mentioning, well, the specific name. But yeah, this Salvo is actually the name of a bird, which this level kind of revolves itself around.
There is a salvo in...
No, a salvo is also... There's like a word, like I didn't know it was a type of bird, but I also know it means like, let me look it up.
It's like a company name, you said?
No, that's salvo. Hold on,
I don't know. These kind of bands confuse me.
A simultaneous discharge of artillery or other guns in a battle. Or a sudden, vigorous, or aggressive act or series of acts.
There is a salvo in... I'm pretty sure there's a salvo in Yoshi's Island. A boss, I think. And it was like a gelatinous creature.
Is it that giant fat bird?
But yeah, fuck this salvo.
Yeah. Okay, well, anyway, the level itself, it's actually kind of easy compared to the other levels in this world. It kind of seems a bit out of place, considering that, well, we have like the Tyrant Twins and the crisscross level, which was kind of annoying, but it was intentionally difficult, even though it kind of really wasn't either. But still, this, I mean, I don't know. You could probably switch out the monkey one, the nut-throwing monkeys from the first level of the second world with this level, and that'd probably be much more difficult.
Is Donkey Kong like Sonic's World? Because, you have cartoony animals, and then you have those realistic-looking birds.
Well, I mean, that kind of stuff probably shouldn't be necessarily... well, narrowed down to Sonic's World, because, I mean, a lot of animated or cartoonist stuff do that kind of thing. Mostly unintentionally, but still.
Yeah, but the thing is, they point that out in Sonic's World, don't they?
The only time I've seen them pointed out is in the comics.
Sonic X or something?
Well, because Sonic X, they're completely different worlds. I know in the comics they say like the regular creatures are called Mobians, and then like the animals that aren't really like free thinking are called Mobinis.
Mobinis.
Because like Sonic has a pet dog in there.
What's the name of that pet dog, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, what's his name? I think it's called like Mutski, I think.
Oh man, what a riveting tale. Also, yeah, I missed that jump. Go ahead and make fun of me.
Haha, you missed that jump.
So these birds work for K. Rool.
This isn't a speed run.
Though honestly, in this level, we can just blame the salvo.
Yeah, you can. Go ahead. Bant your way to the infinite upbringing of Fox World.
Boomer's bomb shelter.
Yeah. So now that we have the we've also been collecting gears as well as the golden bear coins that we need in order to get to the last level. There are 5 of them. We've only got 4, but that's because the last gear is in the last level. And now that we have 25 coins, we can finally blow up the final rock that's been blocking our entire way, which isn't any different to the other rocks, but I guess it's just a bit farther away, and this asshole's just too lazy to not chart.
He's a bit of a cunt.
Yeah, he's a bit of a cunty head.
Guess he works with the salvo. Also, a salvo is also a member of the Salvation Army, apparently.
So they help people. That's good.
So they help people, but they also cause anger. Make your mind up. Whoever this person is referring to, I have no idea. And I don't care. I'm just a dumb kid on the internet.
Is this Donkey Kong Country Returns? Because there's a
there's
a rocket in that game. Oh my god, it is.
I know. It's actually... Well, I don't know about you guys, but I think the controls here are reversed as well, like it was in Poisonous Pipeline, so like right goes left and left goes right.
This reminds me of Lunar Lander.
Yeah, but yeah, this is actually a pretty tough level. It's pretty fun though, because I like the concept and how different it is just from all of the other levels we've done so far. And the fuel barrels are back too, except they're in a different color, but still.
This reminds me of something like Rare would have made back on the Spectrum.
Yeah, with Jetpack, what was the name?
Jetpack.
Okay,
Jetpack Gemini?
No, Jetpack.
Oh yeah, Jetpack. No, yeah, that was it. Who made Gemini again?
That was also Rare.
Yeah, Jet Force Gemini, that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Well, it was Ultimate Play the game.
So basically, don't run out of fuel and you'll be okay. And that also means don't hit any obstacles and you'll be okay as well.
You win.
So yeah, that was it. Pretty short, pretty bittersweet, pretty short, but it was a nice level. I like that one. It's a nice last level to close the game off until the final boss.
Yeah.
The real final boss.
The real final.
Also, another point to this game's DKC coins is that you get a limited tries to, knock the DKC coin out from the Kremlin.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some points in certain levels where I think, like, perhaps, like, the animal buddies are the barrels, and you'll have only, like, one chance to get it. And if you don't get it, then you have to do, like, the level again, or maybe for the checkpoint. So, I mean, but yeah, there are certain parts where you can essentially try as many times as you want to get the DK coin. And there we are, the last gear. And he says that this is a mysterious machine that that someone just kind of dropped off to him. So he's just never done anything about it. But this mysterious machine, for some odd reason, it just kind of lifts up a submarine out of the middle of the water. So, I mean, again, this is rare logic, but sometimes you just have to stop and wonder, what?
It's bloody.
Like, this doesn't make any sense. Oh yeah, bloody water.
Dixie just had her period.
It's the Batmobile.
No, the Batmobile looks so much better than that. Nautilus, I think that's how you spell it.
Yeah, Nautilus.
Or say it.
It's
Yeah.
a reference to under this something leagues under the sea.
20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a good movie.
it's a book.
Well, it was a movie too by Disney, but I mean you wouldn't like it because it's Disney.
Actually, I like Robin Hood, so fuck you.
But this is like 40s, 50s Disney.
Actually, I think it was late 50s. Yeah, but they were still pretty good. Except that one movie.
The only Disney I don't like is the, trying to be quirky and hip Tim Allen Disney.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
That was only like that was late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, I don't like 90s Disney.
Yeah, well, I mean, they had that one movie with Sean Connery in it during the late 60s, I think. Or, no, early 60s, and I think that was one of their least interesting ones. Oh yeah, also this is Mr. K. Rool again. He has a submarine, as I said, and this is just it's like they added the fireballs now in addition to the electricity. And there's also this foreground background thing going on, which is it's a nice idea, but still I just can't help but think that this boss battle also goes on for a bit too long.
Looks really boring.
This whole game played with a lot of foreground background interaction.
Yeah, it did a lot more than the other two games did. And well, considering this is one of the last Super Nintendo games, or last popular Super Nintendo games, I guess they were just trying to get as much out of the system as they could before they moved on to the Nintendo 64.
I believe the conveyor belt uses Mode 7.
Yeah, it does.
They should have used a Super FX chip. Just shoehorn it in somewhere.
I only know of two. I only know two games that use the FX chip.
Yeah, Star Fox and
Yoshi's Island.
Well, Yoshi's Island was
FX2.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, like of Super FX or like of FX.
So yeah, you beat him and get the last DK coin, and then you just kind of leave him there spinning around on his wheel. And now you
Now you win.
Well, yeah, we still have a few more things to do though. We have to go back to Funky first, because if you get all the DK coins, it will give you the last vehicle and the most important vehicle in the entire game. And this one, if you haven't gotten any of the banana birds by this point, well, this vehicle will essentially help you in getting the last ones, or getting all of them, or however many you need to get. And in this case, we only have 3 more to go, and they're only accessible with this thing, the gyrocopter,
Yeah.
because they're located in very, very off places around the Northern Kremisphere.
Oh no, Star Fox Zero, no, not the gyrocopter.
Well, this is the good kind of gyrocopter because it actually works. It actually functions. I cannot speak today. And yep, it's just again more Simon, or Simon Says, or however the hell you want to say it. Just longer and longer and longer sequences, but it's still the same thing.
So boring.
Unfortunately, yeah. Things get a lot more interesting as soon as we get all of the banana birds. Because I think I mentioned this before, but the reason we're getting all the banana birds, well, besides 103%ing this game, is to save the banana bird queen. And there's this, like, I could have gone to where she was before I got all the banana birds to showcase, like, the threat. But, I didn't, so
Why do we have to do this?
Seeing her a bit. It's because this is how you, like, 103% the game.
We beat K. Rool, though.
I know, but the game still has stuff for you to do. You still have to go save. Yeah, you still have to go save.
We beat
people.
K. Rool. There shouldn't be anything left to do.
Don't ask me. I'm not rare. Stop bothering me.
We have to get all the coins after we beat K. Rool too. It's like beating someone up and taking their cash.
You could put it that way, I suppose. But now we've gotten all 15 banana birds, and now we just go to a save cave, and well, that's pretty much it. Like, go to the save cave, and the game does everything else. It's a nice little collection there, though. And I like the design of the banana birds, how they kind of look like a peeled banana. It's cute. Whew. You guys ready for this? You guys ready for weird? Get your weird on? Fly, my little pretties. You get it, monkey. Wizard of Oz. Funny.
We're going into space.
And here we are, folks. The banana bird queen. She's been trapped by this thing right here.
Now what happened is that What happened is that the birds dropped Kitty and Dixie, and they're in heaven now. They died.
Yeah, actually, this is an alternate. This is just all a dream.
Yep.
That's the real
No,
plot
they
twist.
died. They're dead.
Also, why couldn't she have just flown out of that? Because she's a fucking bird. And clearly the clouds aren't, like, preventing her from doing so, because clouds aren't... I mean, they're not... they're semi-solid objects, but you can go through them. Something like that, I don't know. And here we go. May as well finish this off with a dumb chase sequence. And there she is. Just kind of flying around, chasing him around a bit.
Is this the final boss?
Okay, this is fucking stupid.
Oh.
This is how it ends. Like...
All three of the Donkey Kong games have been leading up to this.
A fucking giant-ass bird chasing a freaking crocodile man scientist on a hovercraft or watercraft. Very satisfying conclusion, if I do say so myself. And she drops an egg on him. Half-broken egg. And then the monkeys fall on them too. Any second now. There we go.
Oh.
Thank you for coming in.
Now throw
And
him in
now
jail.
we have to... Now we just have to wait another minute for the game to finally end. But still, like... I mean... I don't know what the hell was going on in Rare's head when they were doing this. I'm almost 95% sure they were high. And they
Just like how Cranky is water skiing in the background.
Yeah. It's a nice little bit of comic relief, because, again, like, now what do we do? Like, sure, he's gonna go to jail, but... Like, fuck. Jeez. This game is a fucking weird game, but I sure as heckos like it. Oh, went too fast. Now Cranky's dead.
Yay.
You guys are talking like it's the end of K. Rool when he comes back in the next game.
But
Oh,
then he
yeah.
has a giant eye. He has a giant messed up eye.
Yep, and
Here's a giant ship.
I like how the Texas kind of looks like it's kind of dripping down, because he was in water. And that's it, folks. And this is an incredibly long credit sequence that we're not going to be talking over for the entire time, and I don't like how they structured this. But anyway, it's time to talk about our thoughts about Donkey Kong Country 3 in full. So, you know what, Mia, you go first. I'll go last.
Okay, it's alright. The platforming's pretty good. I don't like collecting shit in games at the best of times, so I'm not a big fan of, like, trying to get 103% in this game. Some of the enemies are kind of weird. The art style is definitely quite different, and it's kind of off-putting, but it's alright sometimes, I think. I don't mind it too much. The music's just not as good or memorable as Donkey Kong Country 2's or even Donkey Kong Country 1's, in my opinion. And, I'm not a big fan of Kiddy. He's not as annoying as Donkey Kong was in the first game, but he's still not Donkey Kong. So yeah, it's a good game. I recommend you play it if you're playing the whole trilogy, I guess, but it's not like a game you have to play before you die.
Alright, Stefan, what about you?
I haven't really played a lot of DKC3, but from what I play, it's a decent game. It's a decent enough game. It's a Donkey Kong Country game. It's like it's the weakest in my opinion of the three, but it's like that still doesn't mean it's not bad. That still doesn't mean it's not good. Like, it's worth. I think after you play the first two, it's worth playing this one. That's basically it.
THP, what do you think?
Eh.
Eh?
Eh.
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 You want to elaborate on that, or just eh?
Eh.
Okay then. So yeah, Donkey Kong Country 3. It's a really good game. It's fucking weird as hell, but I think that just gives the game a lot of charm, in my opinion. It looks good. It sounds good. Not as good as the first two, as Mia and Stefan pointed out. But I think that this is a really good send-off for the Super Nintendo, and a pretty damn good game in its own right. I mean, like, again, the collectathon stuff, it's certainly extended in this version, too, so, I mean, if you're like me, it's probably not going to be very appealing, but personally, I don't care for it. I mean, I don't mind it, at least. So, yeah, like, it's a pretty good game. It's a really, really good game, and as this super long credit sequence continues, we will see you at the end of this video for another tiny, tiny short addendum, just to showcase how this game celebrates you getting 103%. So we'll see you then, folks.
Fuck.
And here we go, folks. 103%. Kind of like an arcade screen. Doesn't that look great?
Dongo.
Faster than Cranky.
Top banana, unlike flame.
Thanks for watching, folks. See you next time.
Boop.